great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of need.
Well, here we are. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 779 of the show. How's everybody doing? Things are sort of crazy here technologically. I think we set up this stream for tomorrow, Friday, instead of today. So it might be a little bit off, but we did send out the link and the waiting room is wide open. So if you want to get into the waiting room to ask me a question, now is your best chance ever. Jay Moore says, I tried texting you on WhatsApp today. Well, most likely they'll get back to you. It sometimes takes them a little bit. They get a lot of texts on WhatsApp. Let's see. Jay Cruz is here. Hello. Yee is here. Marsh Higgs. Baddest Boss is here. Kwaku is here from Kentucky. Hello, Ryan. Baddest, if you turn off your camera, I'll pull you up first. All right, let's hear that simple question.
Okay, good morning, sir. I'm so happy that you picked me up this morning. Thank you for everything you are doing.
Of course.
Like I said, my name is Yomi. Just to cut long story short, I came in, I'm a Nigerian. I came in 2017. I applied for asylum in 2020. I got my work authorization and what do you call it? Work authorization and my social security in 2022.
Okay.
Okay, it expired. That's 2 years. I renewed it in 2024. Then I got it in 2024 November. 5 years. So
okay.
I'm in America for 9 years now. I've not received any interview date from them. Every time I check on my case status, it tells me my next step is interview, that they will contact me. So I don't know what else to do. Am I just going to keep on waiting and waiting, or what do I do?
Well, do you think you have a strong asylum case?
Yes. I ran away from Nigeria due to, I'm a Christian. I was almost killed. So that's why I came down here. I left my kids back home.
Do you, did an attorney file your case or did you file your case?
No, I did it myself. And it took me, because I didn't know. I don't have friends. I'm just all by myself. So I was in New Jersey before I came down to Dallas. Before I got to know, okay, this is what I should do. Because I was always watching it on YouTube. Nobody ever told me anything. I was a novice.
Do you have a copy of what you filed?
Yes. I have it in my head. I have everything. I have all my documents. I-94. Everything is in my file in my house.
Well, if you want to scan it in and email it to us, we can take a look at it and tell you. I mean, I can get you an interview. If you've been waiting 9 years, I can get you an interview in about 2 months. But the question is, number one, is your case ready? And number two, if it doesn't get approved, you go to deportation court. So that's pretty stressful, especially right now.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking for your advice on what to do.
Send me what you filed. We'll take a look and we go from there.
Okay. I have your email.
Yep,
so
info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Yep.
Yes. When I get home now, I will do that. Then I will put in my name. That's one. Then two, in 2022, January of 2022, while I was still working as a temp with this company that I was with them for 7 years, I was physically assaulted on the job. The police came, I pressed charges. The guy was caught in 2023, September, by Detective Olsen. They took him to court and all that. But to cut long story short, I have the court document, the full court document on that case with me. So I'm not asking myself, okay, I'm not asking you, is it advisable to, to file for VAWA or U Visa. I don't know. I have the court document with me. It's not useful to me. I'm waiting on asylum, to further my, I don't know, the green card and all that. So I just need your advice.
So the question is whether or not you've helped with the prosecution of a criminal act. So you would need to get a letter from the police department or the prosecutor saying that you were sort of instrumental to putting somebody behind bars. And that would be a U visa application, not not VAWA.
Oh, okay. But is it going to affect my, okay. How does it come in line with my asylum?
You can have both on file at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But there's a backlog on U visas. So the whole trick is whether or not you're part of the prosecution or not. That's the whole thing. If you are, and the prosecutor wants to help you and help you get a green card, they can. But a lot of times the hardest part is getting the police department or the prosecutor to play ball. Thanks for the call.
But okay, one more question. Okay. It happened in Grand Prairie. So if I take the document to the police department in Grand Prairie, and I'm asking for a police, what am I going to ask from them?
You would ask them if they're willing to write a letter in support of your application for a U visa.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right, thanks. Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Bye. All right. Let's go to Fix the Foundation. Hello.
Hello, thank you so much for choosing me, and I'm so happy to be here. So recently I did, my children did join me from my country through my derivative asylum application. So prior to that, I had already put in my application for citizenship, but then they got approved and we did all the process and everything. So they joined me this January. So in February, I received a notification for my interview. But then as I was going through YouTube, I did learn that if I go for my citizenship, then my children's derivative asylums are going to be canceled because my status would have been changed. So then I've been trying to cancel my, actually I wanted to reschedule the naturalization interview. I called them 2 days back to try to reschedule, and I gave them a reason that I was going through a holy month, I was fasting, and I wanted to reschedule my interview. But then what I did, I told them that I wanted to reschedule it to next year. So it was denied. They sent me an email denying that. So now my question is, can I put in a withdrawal of application for N400 even after I've been scheduled for an interview, which is 3 weeks from now? That's on March 28th.
I would say you can and you should. You should wait until your kids get their green cards to apply for your citizenship.
Okay, thank you so much. So isn't it too late for me to withdraw the application since my interview is 3 weeks from now?
No, you might send them a letter and call USCIS, and then as a courtesy, if I were you, if you hadn't heard anything back, I'd show up there on the day of the interview and say, hey, I need to withdraw this because my kids haven't gotten their green cards yet.
Okay,
but
so
if you send them a letter by certified mail, I'd send it by Federal Express so they get it tomorrow and say, attach a copy of your receipt notice, and if you have your interview notice, say, I'm not appearing for this. I'm withdrawing my N400. I do not wish to proceed at this time. I think that's all you need to do.
Okay, I do not need to give them a reason as to why I'm withdrawing, because I was thinking that I should mention that because my children's status will be changed, or do I need to explain all that?
I would.
Okay, thank you so much. And then as I was watching one of your videos, you did mention about our Federal Mail, and I wasn't quite sure what that is. Federal Express, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So, there's the post office, right?
Okay.
You know about the post office, right? USPS. Don't send it USPS. Okay. Look for Federal Express. It's a company, it's a private company that will deliver it to them. So you bring your letter to Federal Express, they'll put it in an envelope for you and send it off to USCIS, and they'll give you proof of delivery. That's what you want.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then my last question is concerning the address. So as I was going through that video, you did mention that you usually the right address to send the withdrawal notice to is the address on the receipt notice. So the address on my
But
receipt.
hold on. I would send it to both. I would send it to the address on the receipt notice and the address where you're going to have the interview.
Thank you so much. I really
Sure.
appreciate your advice.
Good luck. Yep, you're doing everything great. Good job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then I
All right,
should
most-
also go ahead and show up on the day of the interview.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. On reflection, I don't like that advice. Don't go. Just send it by Federal Express and make sure send it FedEx and make sure that you keep copy of delivery and then don't show up.
Okay. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated.
All right. Ramadan Kareem. All right. Let's go to Cameron. Hello.
Hey Jim, so I'm just following back up with you. It's been a little minute. Straight to the point. So for my stepson's green card, we still haven't received it. I have here briefly in chronological order how we followed up with it. So he entered the U.S. on 9 October in New York. He got his I-551 stamp. My spouse was there with him at the same time. She got her PRC on 31 October. He hasn't received anything, so we inquired with USCIS through the online portal 04 January. We also called on 13 January, spoke with an agent, but he couldn't put anything in because it hadn't been 30 days since the inquiry. We got an email follow-up from USCIS on 24 January. They stated they needed more time to research the issue. They instructed us to call if no follow-up or a card was received within 45 days. So we called again today, spoke with an agent. He gave us a confirmation number, and he instructed us to call again if no email or PRC is received within 30 days of the call.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm PCSing in the summertime, and his temporary stamp is valid until October, but I still think, especially now, it's really important to have that physical card. So
Yep.
I just want to know, like, is it expected to keep experiencing the runaround with them? Because the agent that I spoke to this time was obviously right, but was totally different than the person I spoke to 2 months ago.
Right. You probably got totally different answers.
Right, like he was cutting me off straight to the point, and then I wanted to ask you, so I'm the petitioner, and the automation thing specifically said either petitioner or applicant, whatever. So they don't want to talk to me. Luckily, I'm here with my spouse, but it's like they just really don't want to hear like anything I have to say. But I was the one that, initiated everything.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a little bit difficult, but I'm just trying to see, like, because the email said even if his stamp expires, it doesn't affect his status as a lawful permanent resident. But obviously, like, that
Well, for
card is
travel, it would for sure, and especially with Trump running around. So, where do you live?
So I'm currently in Germany. I should be out of here in July. I'm going to Georgia.
And where's your stepson?
Both him and my spouse live with me now.
So I think this might be why he isn't getting his 551 because he's not in America.
So the thing is he has, like, they've entered and both gotten their stamps. She got a permanent resident card. It was mailed to my mom's address, which is where I used to live before I joined the military. And when I told that to the agent I spoke to last time, it was fine. And when I went through the border patrol with him, it wasn't an issue because obviously I'm overseas, but that's an address that I can get correspondence mailed to.
Sure.
So it was just weird because they did everything at the same time. But for some reason, his stuff is being held up.
That happens a lot. You paid a separate Ellis fee for each person?
Yes, I believe I did, or I think I paid it at the same time. I think I paid both of them at the same time.
When are you going to be back in Georgia?
First week of July.
And all three of you will be there?
Yes, and they have orders and everything. Like they're covered on all documentation as well.
Well, here's what I'll say. If you get that, I mean, I think you'll be able to enter the United States, especially if you're, in the military and she has her green card and he has a valid 551 stamp. I think you'll be fine. If you don't have the green card by then, when he gets here, reach out to me and I'll see if I can help. I might have a little trick that I can pull to try to get you your green card without more hassle. But I'm not gonna go to war with him over the green card if he's not in the United States.
No, that's totally understandable. Okay.
Yep. Thanks for your service, Cameron.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Bye, brother. All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show, and as my friend Danny says, way to treat the service members. Exactly. Here, our guy Cameron is defending the country, and this is how they treat him. But of course, Donald Trump has no respect for the military or for veterans, because he's a draft dodging fool. No name needed. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Jim, I'm your client for around about, I will say, 6 years. Thank you for your help. We started as K1 and 485, and now we are just waiting for 751. And I'm from Pakistan, right? And
Great.
lately, like from yesterday, we are hearing the news for the travel ban in Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is gonna mean? Like, I am eligible for citizenship, but I have not applied.
Why?
I was waiting for like 751, and I have spent like 5 months in these 3 years in Pakistan. So under 3 years, I am at the time I am in the States for 3 years, because I spent like 5 months because my dad passed away and I needed to be with my family, and it has been like 2023 December when we filed for 751, and it's a little bit scary. Like what's the news came, it is going to affect our case as well.
So the refuge or the travel ban only applies to people getting visas outside the United States. This is why I've been telling everybody to get their asses back to the United States. So it will not apply, and it cannot apply to people who are physically inside the United States. The president has a ton of discretion as to who he lets into the United States, but that doesn't have anything to do with people like you who are so far down the pipeline. So if I were you, I'd file for citizenship sooner rather than later. But as far as whether if he bans Pakistan and Afghanistan, that wouldn't apply to you.
All right. And what you think, like how much time it is going to take
For citizenship,
for citizenship and 751 as well?
what
It has
city
been
do you live in?
San Bernardino, California.
San Bernardino. So they're pretty fast. So I would say probably about 8 or 9 months.
It has been like 1 year and 3 months already, and we have applied
Yeah,
for the
that's two.
751.
That's 2 years and 2 months. So it's actually if you want to get them to decide your 751, file your N400. That it'll be when they adjudicate both of them together. That's what's filing the N400 will make it all go faster.
All right. So
Thanks for the call.
oh, you're welcome, sir, and thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Have a great day. Lots of good calls today so far. Let's go to BK. Hello.
Hey, Jim. Can you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Thanks.
How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate that.
Sir.
Okay, so I got here a year ago using P1B visa to compete in American Got Talent. And that didn't happen. And so I applied TPS and I got my TPS recently. So I want to apply for extraordinary ability EB1A visa. I mean, a green card. So, I have lots of prizes. I've been compete and win lots of prizes. I am a professional circus performer. And if that could happen, do I have a chance to get that visa or green card?
So when did you enter the United States?
When and why?
When?
A year ago.
So you entered in March of 24.
Yes.
And what kind of a visa did you have? A visit visa, six month?
It's like 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
P1B, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We've actually done some circus performer visas before. Those are fun cases. So March, so April, May, June. Okay. So when did you file for TPS?
6 up to 7 months ago. I got it like 2.5 months ago.
So you applied for TPS after you were after your visa had expired.
Just before.
Wait, say it again. You filed it just before it expired, or
Yes, sorry, I just make mistakes. So before expired my visa, I applied the TPS, and when it's pending, and just recently, like 3 months ago, I got the TPS.
so was your receipt date before or after your 3 months were up?
After.
The receipt date is after.
Yes.
So most likely TPS won't be a bridge for you to be in status for purposes of trying to adjust as a circus performer. You'll probably have to do it outside the United States.
So it would have been better if I do it before applying the TPS.
Yeah, and even that, I'm not sure. As we sit here right now, I'm not sure if TPS even counts as a bridge. I know for asylum it does, but I think for TPS it doesn't. So I don't know if this was ever going to work. Like if you had come to me and said, Jim, I'm here on my visit visa or my P visa for performing, and I think I'm a person of extraordinary ability, and I have all these publications, and I won all these awards and everything. Can I do this inside the United States? I would say no. I would say do not try this in the United States because these cases can take a really long time, and you're going to be in limbo, not knowing what your status was. So I don't know that this was ever going to work.
Got you. That makes sense. So my best option would be outside of the country.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you email me your whole timeline?
Yes.
And maybe even I can even tell you if we think it's a winner on your EB1, right? So we can do all that, and we could take a look at it and just let you know what I think.
That makes sense. I will send you with the right date and all information, so you can look at it and give me the best.
Yeah.
That works.
Perfect. That works. Thanks, man.
Much appreciate. Have a good day.
Hey, what kind of a performer are you? What do you do?
It's so many different. It's Russian cradle, and also hand voltage is just few different kind.
Nice. Awesome. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
You too. Appreciate.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh yeah. So there's a circus in St. Louis called Circus Flora. It's a nonprofit. They don't make any money. And what we do is we do their immigration paperwork for free, and we trade that we get as many tickets to the circus for the firm and their families as we want. So usually if they have an act from out of town or out of the country, and they've probably done this 5 or 6 times, then we get to do their legal work, and it's pretty neat. You got to go to the union and prove that this job is unique, this performance is unique, that they're sort of special. And you can actually get the visa pretty quickly, and then they come for a couple months and they live with other circus people. We've gotten a lot of tours through the circus and met all the acts. It's really, really fun. All right, let's go to Abdul. Hello.
Hey, assalamu alaikum, Jim. How are you doing, brother?
Walaikum salam. You're not driving, are you?
I'm going to pull out right now. Just give me a sec. Sorry about that.
That's right. I'll come right back.
Yes, sir.
I'll get you next. Mercy, hello.
Oh, hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a lot of questions about my situation, and it's like complicated, but I will try to explain from the beginning.
Sounds
I
good.
came here for F1 student. I got a scholarship for high school, and then afterwards I got a scholarship for college, so I stayed. But then I graduated during pandemic, and I couldn't get like a job as a like a student who's not from the US. So I was living with my sister at the time, and when I was in my senior year, I filed for like diversity lottery, and I got I got in, but my number was a little bit late. So I had to wait for my number in order to adjust. And I had these really bad lawyers who kind of like scammed me, and they were giving me bad advice. So by the time my number came, I was like a month or 2 months out of status. And then they were like, this is not going to work. So I was kind of stuck being out of status ever since. And that was back in 2021. And
That
my like
sucks.
I-94 doesn't have like a time that I'm supposed to leave or something like that. So it was complicated. So yeah, that's how I ended up in this situation right now. And I wanted to, my country is Somalia, so I wanted to apply for TPS. Um, and another situation is my sister is a U.S. citizen, so I've been kind of like staying with them before after I graduated, and then I met someone, and then we got married, but we got religiously married, not legally married. And then now my sister broke her leg, so I came back to her, and she got divorced with her husband. So and broke her leg, so I was helping her out. It's a long story. And then her husband is not a good guy. He has been like basically harassing me and threatening me and saying like um, leave my family. And it was a long history of me like kind of like hiding away from him and coming to visit them once in a while. So now I filed restraining order. My sister already filed a restraining order against him, and I filed a restraining order against him, but I didn't submit it because I didn't know how my legal status will come. So I wanted to get like advice on that before I submit it, and also get advice on like what should I do? Is this a good time to apply for TPS? And yeah.
Well, TPS is going away for almost everybody. So, I mean, you've got to come up with a better plan than this. The person that you're religiously married to, are they a U.S. citizen?
No, they are like like a waiting. They had 2-year green card, and then they're waiting for a reevaluation because that was from a previous marriage that only lasted for a little bit.
None of this sounds good, Mercy.
What?
None of this sounds good.
I know.
You're
It's
barely here, and you don't have much going on.
yes. So you said the TPS is going away for everyone?
I mean, Trump's going to do away with TPS for each country. He's doing it one by one. They're all going away. Yeah.
So if I filed for it,
I
it
don't know
will
if you
kind of
can
like
apply
trigger.
for it. I don't know if they're taking TPS applications from Somalia right now. Are they? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of running out of options, and I have like this person who also is like threatening me with ICE, and
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's
it's
your wife's husband. That's not a VAWA claim. There's nothing there immigration wise that you can do with that. It sucks for sure, but um
and this would not also qualify for like U visa since he's like I have like recordings of him verbally threatening me and like threatening
if you
us for years.
if you can get someone to prosecute him and then to try to assist you with the U visa, but I think they're going to view this very suspiciously. You've been out of status
Mm-hmm.
for a good while now, and it's unfortunate because all you had to do was extend your F1 visa, and then you could have adjusted. Because we filed
Yeah.
we have filed 485s for DV winners in August, and you only have till September 30th, and they've gotten approved. So um,
Wow.
that was the big mistake there. I'm sorry, Mercy. I don't think I have anything else for you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jim.
All right, good luck, my friend.
Bye.
That sucks. That's why you got to make sure your lawyers aren't shitbirds. Chumad is here. Hello.
Hey, sir, I'm Ray. Just two questions, real quick, Jim. First of all, I appreciate what you be doing. I'll be getting some information from you and sharing it with the community.
Great.
What you might call it? I got here through to America through the border, May 2023.
Where are you from?
From Mauritania. That's North Africa, South,
Oh,
West North Africa.
yep, I know Mauritania.
Oh, really? That's good. So,
Yeah.
I
Well,
got here.
I've been to Morocco, and we've had a few Mauritanian asylum cases. Those are actually good asylum cases.
Listen, Morocco is literally like border in Mauritania, but you never gonna
Yeah.
hear about Mauritania. You only hear about
Yeah.
Morocco.
Right.
All
And
right,
there's
long story.
a lot of bad shit going on in Mauritania.
Listen, was born in there. Really.
All right, you go ahead. You go ahead.
All right, man. What should I call it? So I got here in May 2023, and I'm an asylee, and my basically my religious my case, the asylum that I filed for was for a religious case. I was prosecuted based on my religious belief. I
Mhm.
don't believe in anything. I'm in the kind of an atheist. I mean, I'm an agnostic, but kind of an atheist because I like really. It's just terrible the indoctrination that's been going around, especially in my country over there with these big sheikhs, where they call them sheikhs. The you know what? I don't know the English word for it. Maybe a scholar could do.
We say
Like,
shakes. Yep,
yeah,
shakes.
they
Everyone
big them
knows
up
shakes.
so bad, man, and they're like they got two ways in there. You belong to one of them, like the fikr, like that would be the ideology and whatnot. So I don't want to live like that. I just chose to, question stuff and not actually just buy into what I'm being told. But long story short, a series of events. I mean, events happened, and that led me here to be to come to the United States. And when I got here, I was paroled, and the parole purpose was 212 D5. And when I look it up, it's like it says humanitarian parole.
Uh-huh.
Now I was not being interviewed, but I'd done somebody's interview in jail. I mean, in the detention center. They called upon me. They said, "Who speak English?" And then I raised my hand, thinking I'm gonna help out one of the brothers. But he ended up deported, I guess, because I could not tell him what to say and whatnot. He framed the whole story wrong, and they had to put him in chuckles and send him back. But I did
Okay.
that. I did that, and they took a photo of my passport, and I asked them if this is being like they've been asking me during the interview why you here and all of that, and I said I do not waive my rights to be not interviewed in somebody else's interview. If you're gonna interview me, you could interview me later. So they wrote some stuff down and stuff like that. But then at the end of the day, I was released with 212 parole, and later on, I got married recently, this last January, to a U.S. citizen, and we been dating for like 8 months, and we got married yeah, January. So right now, I'm like, my question is that would I be able to adjust this my status in here without leaving, or would I have to file for that 601A or whatever that thing is called? And that's it.
Um, it's going to be pretty hard to pull off, but the answer to your question, I believe, I'd have to look at everything, but the answer to your question, I believe, is that you would be able to adjust here as having been humanitarian paroled. I'd have to look at the paperwork.
And
But
sorry, Jim. One more question. Like the humanitarian parole had an expiration date on it. Does that matter? Because it was like 03, no, 07, like the July 11th, 2023. That's when it expired. And I filed the under CO8, no, 589, the affirmative way, because my lawyer back in New York told me you don't file with the court, you file with the USCIS. So I don't have no court hearing or removal proceeding. I'm just like having a base. We gonna send you an interview notice sometime soon, and that's with on the USCIS website. So I've never been with the court, and I don't have nothing to do with that. Will that add to this situation?
your spouse is a U.S. citizen.
Born and raised, yeah, and she
Yeah.
has a
So
job and all of that. I mean,
just got to prove it up.
so what do you suggest? Do you, by the way, I'm in Virginia right now. I live in Virginia with her. Do
Mhm.
you actually take cases from here, or you represent
So
people?
yeah, we have an office in D.C.
Hey, that gonna be great news, man. So
Yeah.
I could just
Just email me. Say I'm Chamath. I was on the show with Jim at the 30-minute mark on Thursday, and I want to talk about filing a case through my wife.
I just listen. This is really relieving because I be listening to a whole lot of cats on I mean online. These so-called lawyers, Arabs, and all kind of ethnicities, Americans, wise, and all that, and they're all just like talking nonsense for real. Like I been like reaching out to my peoples because they call me too much, and they're like all scared because of the propaganda. They just picking
Yeah.
up Trump stuff so much. I said like, look, I drove from here to Louisiana in 1 week and came back and passed through all kind of states and spent time with friends and all of that, including Alabama, where I heard there was raids and all of that. And I'm like, literally, there is nothing not to be scared of. They came in one store in Alabama, by the way. This is some information you could share. They came in one store in Alabama. I was there spending some time with my friends. they got in and they asked the dude, "Hey, listen, are you a U.S. citizen or a permanent LLP, LPR or whatever?" He said, "I'm not answering nothing," and he doesn't have nothing though. Trust me on that. They didn't like violate him at all. They said, "Okay, listen, we need to see your ID." He gave him a driver's license, and that was about it. I was there. I wasn't asked nothing. I was asking nothing at all. I was just standing there outside. I was scared actually, but I didn't really pull nothing off. Meaning I didn't interfere and I didn't wait to be asked. I just stood right there and watched this thing go on. And dude is like actually in his rights to operate like that and tell them I'm not going to answer none of your questions. It's just like what am I being asked for? ID, I could give you that. It's okay. He gave him the ID and nothing happened. So it's kind of just like really relief into since I was introduced to you and you wouldn't believe it, before I get here to America, yo, listen, I was Jim hacking, listening to you in a particular video that was like, yo, watch out for your Facebook and stuff because they pull it out, they pull those out and stuff like that. Those was good memories. I used to sleep on your videos at night before I planned my escape from that shitty ass pothole over there.
Thanks, man. Thanks for
Yeah,
the
for
call. You
sure,
made my
man.
day. See you, brother.
For sure, my brother. All
All
right,
right.
see you.
Later. Peace.
Man.
Oh, that was something. That guy's a character, isn't he? That was funny. Heenan, we got to add that one to the podcast for sure. But did you guys hear yesterday that ICE came to a place where people were working, probably undocumented people were working, and they were working up on the roof, and the FBI was there and ICE was there, and the guy was up on the roof and he wouldn't come down, and they waited 6 or 7 hours and then they left, and so they didn't get him. Um, I just tried to find the news story, but I couldn't find it. All right, Abdul, if you turn off your camera, I'll pull you up. There he is. Hey, bud.
Hey, assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you
Welcome,
doing?
son. I'm great.
How's Amani doing, brother?
He's good.
Good. Hey, brother. Yeah, I have a question. I brought my parents. It was the immigrant visa, and it's been like 80 some days, and on the website it says like 90 days. I have to wait to get the actual green card, but I don't think we're gonna get on time
Hmm.
because USAS doesn't work on time. So what's gonna be my next steps? Like what I
You're
have
just
to do?
you're just waiting.
I'm just
You
gonna
paid
wait.
you paid the LSC when they got approved before they came.
Hmm. Yeah. I paid the fee on the website when I put the numbers that they gave me, the case numbers, and it says like the immigration fee paid, and that's it. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, so you just gotta wait. It could be 6 months.
It could be 6 months,
Hmm.
or like if past the 6 months, then I can do something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the next question is, I heard that you said like you should not go, but what about like if can they go to the back to the country like for a couple months, like maybe 2 months with
They should not leave. They should not leave till they get their green cards.
they should not? Okay, gotcha. All right,
I'm
thank you,
sure they're.
brother.
I'm sure they're bugging you crazy. We want to go back home, and you're like, I talked to the immigration lawyer. He said you can't go till you get your green card.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
See, bud.
Thank you.
All right, bye, Abdul.
Happy Ramadan.
Peace.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, man. All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer coming at you in 3D. That's because I'm at the airport. I'm sort of standing. The table's sort of low. I don't really like it because it shows off all my chins. I'll be here for the next 22 minutes answering your questions. Then I'm going to hop a plane to Chicago. How's everybody doing? Let me know something good that's going on in your life. Put something in the comments. Make me happy. Tell me something good. At least we're not living in that SHIT whole Mauritania spot that our friend mentioned. Terry, hello.
Hello. So I just have a few. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me.
Sure.
Thank you for your time.
You bet.
My first question is going to be, I do have TPS via Haiti, but we know that that's coming to an end. I'm looking to adjust my status for green card. So my first question would be, when getting married, do you think that I should change my last name? Or if I don't, does that make it seem like I have a sham marriage?
I say, do whatever you want to do. Your case is not going to turn on whether you change your name or not, as long as you have lots of other good evidence.
Okay. Would you say, because I'm looking to elope, just me and my partner, do you think that that would come off a bit shammy as well, or?
Well, so Okay, so one time I had a client with a courthouse wedding, and he showed up with a floppy hat, a muscle man T-shirt, and cargo shorts, which is not too different how I usually walk around, except I have a hoodie and not the muscle man shirt. But you don't want to wear that to your wedding. So what I would say is make it nice, take lots of pictures, make sure there's other people there. I know eloping isn't you're not having a you're not having a big old wedding, but still make it nice. Go out to dinner, celebrate with people, and again, that's all just one piece of the puzzle. Like if you have to understand though that with TPS running out, that they're going to look at your case extra hard because they're going to think, well, she has more of an incentive than somebody who's in status and doesn't have the threat of leaving hanging over their head. So I would say you have to prove your case at a little bit of a higher standard than everybody else.
Okay. And my most important question would be currently, I mean, I was born in the Bahamas by Haitian immigrant parents. So I
Yeah.
never had a Bahamian citizenship. My passport that I do have is a Haitian passport. When I filed for TPS, I'm not sure. I had a file preparer, I would say. And I don't know if it's
We call
because
those fake lawyers on here.
yes, I
Yeah.
had a fake lawyer, and I'm not sure if it's because I had a Haitian passport. On my filing, when I look at my work permit, it says that I was born in Haiti on there. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue when I apply for my green card, if that's going to stand out or seem as a red flag as misrepresentation.
No, I don't think so. No, I mean you just gotta. Do you have a copy of what the fake lawyer filed for you?
No. I can obtain it if I want to, if I
I
go to
would.
him.
I would ask him for a copy of it and see what you put. And I mean, the question is, would you have gotten TPS if you had put in that you were born in Bahamas? That's the $1 million question.
Right, which I don't believe so. But then again, I'm not a Bahamian national as well because my parents were immigrants. I have
Yeah.
a Haitian passport. When I
You
first,
you had
yes,
no inherent right to go back and live in Bahamas, right?
no.
Yeah. So I think you're okay.
Okay. And I guess my question now is, does bad credit affect my application? If I have bad credit or my partner has bad credit, roughly like 500 and so.
Well, your partner has to. The credit score doesn't come up, but they have to show that they make enough money in each of the last 3 years to sponsor you. Otherwise, you're going to need a co-sponsor.
Yes, and I do have a co-sponsor making about roughly 30,000 and above. So
Are they
we're
single?
just, yes.
Okay. So don't forget, even with a co-sponsor, you still have to submit everything for your spouse. Their tax returns for the last 3 years. They still have to fill out the affidavit of support because they're still the primary sponsor.
Okay. I've been working as well. Like I said, I've had my TPS status. So would you suggest that I show them my tax returns as well?
It's irrelevant.
Okay. So it would just be the sponsor, my partner, and the extra sponsor that I have. And that extra sponsor has to be single. They can't be married.
No, they can be single, but if they only make 30,000 and they have 5 kids, then they don't make enough money.
Okay. So
That's
they
why I
have to
asked.
have as less attached to them, basically.
Here's how I think about it, Terry. 31,000 for a single person for each of the last 3 years. If they're married, add 5,500. If they're married and have a kid, add 5,500 times 2. So anybody else they claim as dependent, add 5,500 for each one because that one I know is going to sail right through.
Okay. So it's preferred that they are single.
No, just unless it's preferred they're single or rich.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that was yes. Oh, and my final question would be for the home. We do live together, but we're kind of renting out a room
Yeah.
at the time. So we do have a landlord. I don't know if
Is it a family member landlord or is it
no, like actual landlord.
okay? Do you have a lease?
No, we don't. We pay bi-weekly.
So I would say that they get suspicious about situations like that when there's a house where there's lots of people. So you're gonna. I would say that almost for sure gonna get a site visit.
Okay. I mean, we're fine with that because we're actually bonafide. This is bonafide.
Yeah. Well, good. We
So
wouldn't be talking
that's
otherwise.
yes. So okay. So that was just pretty much what I would have to expect is that they would come and visit our home, our place that we
And
stay.
and you got to prove up what the deal is, why you live there, what your plan is, all that stuff. Yeah, you got to prove it all up.
Okay. As far as proving, what would we?
What I mean is, you have to explain why you're living where you are and why there are these other people there and who they are and what their relationship is, and you should get affidavits from all of them that say, yeah, this is a real marriage. I see them every day. They sleep in the same bed. They eat breakfast together. I hear them
Yes.
fighting. I hear them kissing. All that stuff.
Okay. Okay. But just to confirm, I mean, of course, I gonna obtain an immigration lawyer before we move forward because we're looking to get married this month. But I just wanted to make sure that I asked the right questions before we start everything off. But you don't believe that me having Haiti as my birthplace on my work permit is going to kind of sabotage my.
Well, as I said, that's the $1 million question. We'd have to check to see if they think you made a misrepresentation to get TPS, that would be a problem. But if
Yes.
if you were eligible to TPS, whether you were born in Haiti or Bahamas, then we're good to go.
Okay. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Terry. See ya.
Bye.
All right. All right. How's everybody doing? Let's go to Aldine. Aldine, hello. Aldine, you're on mute. Hello? Now you're off mute. We still can't hear you. We'll put you back in timeout. Let's go to good news. Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so before I say anything, I just wanted to say thank you very much, Jim, because of your advice and your videos. Right now I got my visa from Barbados. I called a couple months ago asking for some information on how to change my thing from F2 to CR1, and
Nice.
then I called a little later again on
Mhm.
information about the interview and stuff. I followed your instructions. I got and they gave me a 221G. Said my wife wasn't making enough, so we got a co-sponsor. We sent it in. They put me in a stream administrative processing on Monday, and as of yesterday, I got my visa issued. So
Awesome. When are you
I
coming?
just wanted to say thank you very much.
You're most
Um,
welcome. When are you coming?
I'm from St. Lucia.
No, when are you going to come to America?
Also, I'm planning to leave at June 2nd.
Sooner the better.
Yeah, I try my best to get there as soon as possible. I also wanted to say you had an argument a couple shows earlier about where the best mangoes are from, and that's from St. Lucia. Just put it out there.
Got it. I will note your
And
vote. Thanks so much for the call. I'm really glad you got your visa.
I have one more question though.
Sure.
My wife, she has a friend. My wife has a friend, and her mother came to the U.S. undocumented about 22 years ago,
Hmm.
and now her daughter is 21, and she wants to try and do I-130 and see if she needs a 601 or 601A waiver to try and get her green card. But
Most
her
likely,
mother also has three of them, so there's four of them in total.
the
So we
mother
just
has
wanted a little bit of
three
information
what?
on how
The mother has
there
three
are
what?
four,
Kids?
yeah, kids, three other kids apart from us, so there are four kids.
So those are separate cases. The rules are different for each person. So the mom would do the waiver. The kids' cases, they're not going to have any status for a long time. They most
So
likely
no,
need to wait
so
till, yeah.
so the thing is, all the kids were born in America.
Oh, so just the mom.
Just the mom, yes, just the mom.
Well, who's the qualifying relative though? Is the mom's
The
parents
the
or
no, the mom's parents are actually in Mexico, but my wife's friend, she's 21.
yeah? But in order to get a waiver, you have to show hardship to a U.S. citizen parent or spouse.
Oh, so so her daughter would not, and the children would not qualify.
That's right.
So do you have any advice on what she can do, or
Well, she should still go talk to an immigration attorney, but it sounds like there's not going to be a relative available. And she came
available
across
for?
the border. The mom came across the border.
Yes, she crossed the border.
Yeah. So no, I don't think so.
Okay, I'll have that conversation with her. But again, thank
Thanks,
you very
brother.
much.
You're welcome.
And
Congrats.
everybody out there, trust me, just listen to the advice you'll get there.
Thanks so much. See you, buddy.
Goodbye.
Oh, that was a good call. That made me happy. All right. Let's go to John. Hello, John. John, are you there? Johnny, hello. Hello, Johnny.
Hello, hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Hey, thank you. I've been talking back and forth with you. I just wanted to I'm requesting a FOIA for the immigration court for my dad. Um, is there a specific form I should be filing for that? Since I haven't done one for the courts. I did the one for the USCIS. Is the court slightly different?
Sometimes they'll include it, sometimes they don't, but you need to send a FOIA to the EOIR. You just need to Google how to do it. I don't know the mechanical steps of doing it. I just know what needs to be done. I just ask somebody to do it and it's done. So I don't know the exact way to do it, but I'm sure there's ways, there's places on the internet that show you how to do it.
Okay, so it's just the immigration courts, correct?
The EOIR, that's where you want to send it, the Executive Office for Immigration Review. That's what you want.
Perfect. All right. That's pretty much my only question for now. I'll continue to talk to you through email and see if you can move forward with my case in the future.
Thanks, Johnny. See you, buddy. All right, John, if you turn off your camera, I'll pull you back up.
Hey,
Johnny,
Jim, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, sorry about that. I came into the US as an F1 student in 2019. I met my now wife 2021. We got married 2023. We applied for, my status just to change it from F1 to a green card. And we got the green card about 6 months ago.
Great.
So my question is, starting July of this year, my wife is going to have to go to an internship for a year. So we're going to have to kind of like live separately for a year, which when I have to remove my conditions from the green card, we're still not going to be in a place where she's going to be back and we're going to be living together. So I guess the question is how much of a problem that is, or how do I navigate that?
So these are the things that I always think about. Number one is, can I prove that there's a legitimate reason to live apart? It sounds like there is, and you're going to have a documented internship.
Yeah.
Number two, and now you're also going to have to prove that whatever it is you do, you couldn't do where she lives, right?
Yeah.
Then the next thing is, how often do you see each other? And you got to document the fact that every other Saturday you go to see each other, so you gotta mark that. You got to keep track of all that for the time that you're apart. And then the last part is, what's the long-term plan? When will you be back together? Right. So those are the things that you have to sort of keep track of and document. Still certainly approvable. It's going to be hard to get the 751 approved if you're living apart the full 2 years. Hopefully you'll be able to. Yeah. So what I would say is, the other thing, so you're going to be able to get your conditions removed, but you're also probably going to have to wait an extra year to apply for citizenship. You won't have 3 years of living together as spouses, because it's living together now as part of the calculus. So you want to keep very good track of when you live apart, and then you need to add that time to your green card, your time as a green card holder, before you can apply for citizenship. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does make sense. And that's not a problem, I guess. So when I do apply to remove the condition, do I write a letter describing all the things that we're doing and why we did it? I guess the actual reason I have a job right here, right? And I could move here, which is only it's about 5 hours driving distance from where I am. But the long-term goal is for her to come back here because we want to live where I am right now. So unfortunately, she doesn't have a site where we are now. She just have to go there for a year and then come back.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And like I said, if she's gone for the first year of the 2 years and you're back together, living full-time together, I think it's going to be fine.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks for your time, Jim.
Good work, John. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Should we try Aldani one more time? Hello, are you there? I'm going to clear out some people. let them know that you are here, and we'll let you go. All right, let's go to Sofani. Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Go for it.
Okay. My wife applied the I-130 for me in June 2022 on a green card. So after like waiting for more than 2 years, she became citizen in August 2024. And the case was approved in September 2024 and sent to the embassy. My case was documentarily qualified in October, and nothing. There is no new thing until now. So, until when will you expect me to wait
Is this for
to
Kahira?
get an interview at Addis Ababa? I'm in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Is our embassy open in Ethiopia?
Yeah,
It is. Well, I
but I
don't.
heard it is a very long backlog.
Yeah, so you just got to wait. It's just a matter of waiting. If when we sue them is when it's outside the normal processing time. So if everybody's saying it takes 2 years, that's sort of what it takes. I think you just have to wait. I don't know the country by country waiting times.
But can you estimate?
Maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
After now?
After DQ.
That's too long. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for finding. See you, buddy. All right, let's see one more. Let's go to Tall Dude. Hello, Tall Dude.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So I have a few questions. So I came into the southern border, right, in 2022. I actually had a parole, which is the DC, the class. I'm now married in 2024. My case has been dismissed based on prosecutorial discretion. So I'm wondering if I could go forward.
It's been terminated, or it's been dismissed, terminated, or admin
It's
closed.
dismissed.
Okay.
Oh, dismissed.
Okay.
Wondering if I could go forward and do a adjustment of status.
I would want to look at all of your
Based on
paperwork
the
before I
parole.
told you that. I would want to look at all your paperwork before I saw that, or before I tell you that.
Oh, understood. Okay. So I can reach out to you by your phone number?
Just email or phone, or email or call. Yep.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So like from 9 a.m. in the morning?
Oh yeah, they're there from like 8 till 6, I think.
Okay. So I'll definitely give you a call in the morning first thing tomorrow.
Awesome. See you, brother. All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. This was episode number 779. Probably no show tomorrow. I got a crazy day. We're looking at office space. I'm giving a talk, so I'm probably going to take the day off from my show tomorrow, but we'll be back on Saturday. And I don't know what time. That'll depend. So make sure that you text the word show to 314-470-3300, 314-470-3300. And we will see you on the next show. Bye, guys.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease